Hey everyone, Coach Jim Bundy again. I'm here to help you solve your white belt problems. Number 3 on the list of the biggest mistakes I see white belts make. You do not have a plan. You don't have a plan to get good at jiu-jitsu. I know that it's easy to rely on the instructor at the academy to create the plan for you to get better. But here's a news flash. It's 50-50. Obviously, the instructor has to provide the techniques and the education to you. Obvious statement of the day. However, what you may be not considering is that you've got to put 50% back into that puzzle too. You have to do some work on how to get better at your jiu-jitsu practice. I'm going to give you 5 things today. If you want to write them down, that's always a good idea. 5 things today on how to get better at jiu-jitsu, how to have a better plan so that you get better results quicker. The first thing that I would tell you is know your curriculum. Whatever the curriculum is at your school, basic curriculum, self-defense curriculum, every school is going to have at least a core group of techniques that they're trying to get across to you. Every jiu-jitsu academy is going to be pretty similar, but of course there's going to be differences in style and what the teacher is focusing on, what the academy is focusing on. So whatever your curriculum is, or maybe you don't know it, simply ask the instructor, ask the head owner of the academy, what are the curriculum techniques that I need to make sure and know as a white belt? Number 2, get yourself a notebook. Any good student at any university has to take notes. You have to take notes when the professor is giving a lecture. When your professor at your academy is giving a lecture on your techniques, you want to keep an ongoing dialogue in your own mind of what you're learning and what you're not learning so well, things that you're forgetting. Jot things down, things that you're getting better at, things that you know that you're not getting better at, your progress, and of course your weaknesses. You're not going to know how to get any better if you're not keeping a good account of what you can do and what you can't do. Be a great student in class. Oftentimes white belts, I feel, are afraid or self-conscious to ask questions. Friends, I tell you what, I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while and I've been doing martial arts for a long while, and I'll always have a question. When I train with Master Sauer, our professor, I'm always raising my hand because I have a very big passion for getting better at jiu-jitsu personally. Obviously, I want to teach it better, and I want to help the students at my academy and anywhere that I go, but I want to get better selfishly because I love jiu-jitsu personally. So if I'm always paying attention to what I'm getting better at, what I'm having trouble with, then I always know what to ask. I have trouble with this move or this position or this idea. I have to ask the expert. That's why he's there. I have to ask the questions. Have the instructor do it on you. Have the instructor do the technique on you. Sometimes when you're watching the instructor do the move, you can't get all the details down. It's hard in jiu-jitsu to get all those small little movements that your instructor is doing. Some he can communicate to you, but oftentimes as teachers, we can't communicate everything that our body is doing. So if you just get in that physical position with that person, someone who's very good at jiu-jitsu, and they're doing the move with you physically, you can feel what your eyes can't see. And that's a really good tip as a student. I do it constantly with my instructors. It helps me astronomically. Pick a project. Pick a project of your notes and of your question asking. Find something that's really challenging you and work on it. When you're rolling or sparring, if you have the rank to do that, don't just roll. Don't have not a plan. Don't have anything. You have to have something to work on. You can't just have a blank mind. You can't just be flying blind. You wouldn't get in an airplane if the pilot didn't know where he was going or the computers weren't working or any of those types of things. You wouldn't want to just fly around in the sky with that guy. And you're doing that when you train. You're doing that when you roll, when you don't have a plan. You're going to say, well, I'm going to work on just trying to not let someone pass my guard today. That's my plan. And you can do drills and exercises on just that idea, or I'm just going to go after this particular move, or just work on defending myself. If you have a project, it focuses your training, and you're going to get some results because you're not trying to do 50 things at once and you can't do any of them. Pick one thing. Pick a project for a month or two. Keep it in your notes. It'll help you down the line as you ask more questions, and you can pick new projects as you get better at this idea, and you can move on, of course, to the next. And the last thing that I would recommend to anybody is book private classes. Book private classes. Set some one-on-one time up with the expert instructor at your school and get better. Get private attention. I know that it costs money for private classes, and I know that there's extra time involved, but you're worth it. Your jiu-jitsu's worth it. You're probably spending that money that you would spend on a private doing something else already. Quit making excuses on why not to spend it on a jiu-jitsu private, and get better quicker by getting all the attention of your instructor on whatever problems you're having. You can have your notebook ready, you have your questions ready, and you get that particular individual who's excellent at what they do for a certain amount of time, just work on just your skills. And you can take those ideas, go back into the regular group classes and training, and you're going to see some massive results. So have a plan, team. Have a way that you're getting better every week, every month, every year, and you're going to see some astronomical results if you just simply have a plan to get better. I'll see you next time.